One summer when I was just 12 years old, I was exploring the woods nearby my father's farm when I stumbled across a nest on the ground. Inside the nest was an egg about the size of a tennis ball with little spots all over it. Being the curious kid I was, I knelt down and picked it up and I cradled it in my shirt and I walked it back to our farm, where at the time it made perfect sense to me that I would put it in the chicken coop with the other eggs. A week went by and the egg hatched. Turns out it was an eagle's egg. All the other chickens gathered around to stare at this awkward-looking chicken. And over time, the eagle started to spread its long wings. And the other chickens would point and laugh because he was different. It didn't take long for him to learn not to spread his wings. The following summer, the eagle was walking like a chicken, barking like a chicken, and pecking a chicken feet on the ground. He learned how to be a chicken. We ended up nicknaming him Cheagle, short for chicken. Now, the story I'm telling you is clearly part fable, but it's all based on a true story, so pay close attention. Still, there was something missing for Cheagle. Deep inside, he felt like he wanted more out of life. And one day, a shadow swooped across the farm, and Cheagle looked up and saw this majestic eagle flying in the sky, and something changed in him that day. He knew that he wanted to fly through the sky just like her. He started to spread his wings again, and he'd flap his wings, pretending to fly, and the other chickens would make fun of him and laugh and tell him chickens can't fly. The mother hen told him, Cheagle, don't listen to them. You can do anything you want if you put your mind and heart into it. The following day, Cheagle climbed on top of the chicken coop. He ran as fast as he could, spread his wings, jumped off the side, started to flap his wings, and fell face first to the dust. The other chickens were laughing so hard they were rolling on their backs with their little feet in the air. The following day, Cheagle got back on top of that chicken coop. He ran as fast as he could, spread his wings, jumped off the side, started to flap his wings, and fell face first to the dust. And this happened day after day and went on for months and months. Until one day, another eagle soared above. Cheagle somehow had the courage to get on top of the roof of the farmhouse. All the other chickens gathered around, genuinely concerned for him, and said, Cheagle, you can't do this. You're going to get hurt. Just give up. Chickens aren't meant to fly. But Cheagle wasn't about to give up. He ran as fast as he could, spread his wings, jumped off the side, started to flap his wings, and he started plummeting towards the ground. And as he fell, he flapped his wings harder and harder, and just before he was about to hit the ground, he closed his eyes, flapped his wings one last time. Realizing he hadn't hit the ground, he looked down to see that he was gliding over the chicken coop. He flapped his wings again and again, harder and harder, and he rose into the sky and joined the other eagle. Now, I used to love telling this story to my kids when they were younger, but something I've never told them is I am Cheagle. You see, when I was younger, I felt awkward at times. I was overweight and other kids made fun of me. And like many kids did, I started trying to fit in. You know, I wanted to be cool. I conformed. See, it's natural human instinct to avoid pain. It doesn't matter whether it's physical pain or emotional pain. Our brain treats it all the same. If you've ever touched a hot stove, you learn quickly you never want that to happen again. Have you ever been in love? Had your heart broken? If you have, you know it's a pain much worse than touching a hot stove. We tell ourselves, I'm never going to let that happen again, and we build this wall around ourselves. This wall's meant to protect us, shield us. It's meant to keep everything we fear and any pain on the other side. It's meant to hide our emotions and that we deeply desire to belong, to feel important, and to be loved. Many of us spend our entire lives behind this wall, never exposing our true selves. If you remember just one thing from my talk tonight, I want you to remember this. Everything you desire and everything you fear is on the other side of this wall that you've been building for years. Everything you desire and everything you fear is on the other side of this wall that you've been building for years. You see, the same thing that you're doing, that we're doing, that our instincts are telling us to do to protect ourselves is preventing us from getting what we desire most in life. And the more we build this wall to keep out what we fear, the farther we push away our dreams and desires. My mother was a truly amazing person, and she really did tell me you can do anything you want if you put your mind and heart into it. You see, she instilled in me the core belief that if I worked hard enough, And if I put my mind and heart behind something, no matter what it was, I could make it happen. And I chose to believe it. It's when I realized that our beliefs control our path in life. I started to expose the beliefs that I had that I felt was holding me back, that was leading me down a path I didn't want to go. And I started to change my beliefs I had about myself, about others, about the world. I realized that anyone who gets good at anything has to be bad at it long enough. I changed how I viewed pain, failure, fear, embarrassment. There were no longer these horrible things, but they were part of the path that we all must go through to become our best selves. And I've experienced some pain. I've fallen on my face more times than I care to remember. And if there's anything I learned from 2 failed business attempts, almost losing my home when I fell in financially hard times, having my heart broken, embarrassing myself on stage in front of over 800 people, losing my mother a month before my 31st birthday to cancer. It's that if there's any secret in life, it's just to get back up and keep moving forward. When I had my heart broken, more than anything, I wanted just to keep everything out and never let anyone in. I didn't want to feel that pain again. But more than anything, I knew I desired to meet this amazing, beautiful, intelligent, independent woman that loved me, for me and all my imperfections. There's a lot. When I met my wife, Jennifer, it was one of the most exhilarating and scary moments of my life. And I've jumped out of a plane at 15,000 feet. But when I was falling out of that plane, plummeting towards the ground, I didn't feel anywhere near as vulnerable as when I was falling in love with her. But that's what you have to do. Even though you're scared, even though the chicken voices inside your head are saying, don't do it, you're going to get hurt, just give up. You have to jump and hope with all of your heart that you can fly. Now, after 2 failed business attempts, you think I would have learned my lesson? And well, actually I did. You see, all those failures tell me important lessons that help prepare me to start our current company, Web4. And because of the beliefs I had developed and all the pain and failure I'd endured, I was able to put together one of the best teams in the world of web design and digital marketing. And together, we've been able to build a successful company that has helped hundreds of businesses and thousands of employees. I mentioned before that our beliefs control our path in life, and I want to paint that picture even more clear for you because I think it's so critical. You see, our everyday thoughts, our actions, our emotions are like the water of a river. And just like water follows the path of least resistance, and the channel guides that river, our everyday thoughts, our actions, our emotions are guided by our base survival instincts and our core beliefs. And there's core beliefs that have been stacked on each other with supporting beliefs over years and years. There's beliefs that you have that are so far under the surface you don't even know you have them or why you have them. Most you didn't consciously choose, but nevertheless, they're guiding your path in life. The good news, beliefs are just mental constructs that with work can be deconstructed or reinforced. Or we can choose new beliefs. Beliefs that actually help us and help guide us down the path that we want to go to living a fulfilled life. Belief is one of the most powerful forces on the planet. When we become conscious and start to control our beliefs, rather than letting our beliefs control us, we awaken a part of ourselves that this world desperately needs. Part of the moral of the story I think a lot of people miss is how others inspired Chico to chase his dreams, to dare to fly, to fail, and push through pain, embarrassment, and to get back up and try again. I've had so many people inspire me throughout my life, my wife and children, my co-workers and clients. But my mother had the biggest impact on my life, and she used to always tell me that the smallest of actions can have a ripple effect, like how dropping a pebble in a pond can create thousands and thousands of ripples that spread across the entire pond. Each one of us is impacting the world every day, whether we like it or not. The question isn't, can you change the world? It's, are you making it better? I said the story wasn't about me, but the truth is we are all Chico. or another. We're all chickens in life. We conform. Afraid to be different. Afraid to stand out. Worried about what others might think of us. But you should never shrink to fit others' views based off their own fears or perceived limitations. Each one of you is special, and to live the most fulfilled life, you have to let down your wall and expose yourself to all the pain, the failure, the fear, the embarrassment. You have to believe in yourself and have the courage to act in the face of these fears and never give up. Don't ask yourself, who am I to dare to be great, to be special? Instead, ask yourself, who are you not to be? This world needs you. We need you to be your best you. I encourage all of you, expose yourself in the right way. And let your own light shine so bright that it lights the path for others and inspires them. Thank you.